There are moments in life when you feel surrounded, when people doubt you, talk about you, work against you, and even smile in your face while hiding jealousy in their hearts. It hurts. It breaks you. It makes you question yourself. But listen carefully. If Allah is with you, no one against you can harm you. Sometimes your enemies are not there to destroy you. They are there to elevate you. Because through them, Allah tests your patience, your character, your sincerity. Through them, Allah strengthens you, prepares you, and purifies your heart. You see, when people attack you, your natural reaction is to defend yourself, to respond, to prove them wrong. But the believer knows something deeper, that Allah is the best of planners. They may plot, but Allah is planning too. And when Allah plans for you, no human being, no enemy, no group, no situation can stop what is written for you. So don't waste your energy fighting people. Instead, fix your connection with Allah. Pray sincerely. Be patient. Control your anger. Watch your character. Because your response to your enemies will determine how high Allah raises you. Remember the prophets. They were mocked, rejected, humiliated. But what happened in the end? Allah raised them in ranks, in honor, in legacy. Their enemies are forgotten, but their names are remembered with love. So if you are being targeted today, if people are speaking against you, if you feel oppressed, don't lose hope. Allah sees. Allah hears. Allah knows what is hidden in every heart. And the day will come when Allah will lift you so high that those who try to pull you down will be left in shock. Not because you fought them, but because you trusted Allah. Stay humble when you rise. Don't become like those who hurt you. Forgive even when it's hard. Because the higher Allah lifts you, the more beautiful your character should become. Your enemies may think they are winning, but they don't know that every hardship you face is actually building your strength, your faith, your future. So be patient, be strong, and keep going. Because Allah is preparing a level for you that no enemy can reach. When people hurt you, betray you, or try to bring you down, it becomes very easy to focus on them. Your mind keeps replaying what they said, what they did, and how unfair it all feels. You start thinking about revenge, about proving yourself, about showing them that they were wrong. But in doing so, you slowly begin to forget something far more important. That your life is not in their control, it is in the control of Allah. What people do to you is limited. What Allah can do for you is limitless. There will be moments when things don't make sense. You did nothing wrong, yet you are the one being targeted. You stayed honest, yet you are the one being criticized. You kept your intentions pure, yet people still misunderstood you. This is where your trust is tested. Not when everything is going well, but when everything feels like it's falling apart. Trusting Allah means believing that even when you don't understand the situation, there is a wisdom behind it. It means knowing that no pain is wasted, no zalim goes unnoticed, and no effort is ignored. Allah sees what people don't see. He knows your intentions, your struggles, your silent tears, and your patience. Sometimes the delay you are experiencing is not a denial. It is preparation. Allah is shaping you, strengthening you, and teaching you lessons that you could never learn in comfort. If everything happened the way you wanted, when you wanted, you would never grow into the person you are meant to become. When you truly trust Allah, your focus shifts. Instead of worrying about who is against you, you focus on staying right with Allah. You become less concerned with defending yourself and more concerned with improving yourself. You begin to understand that your job is not to control outcomes, but to remain sincere, patient, and consistent. And the most beautiful part of trusting Allah is this: He can change your situation in ways you could never imagine. He can open doors no one can close. He can raise your status without you even asking. He can turn the plans of your enemies into the very reason for your success. So let people talk. Let them doubt you. Let them underestimate you. Their words do not define your reality. Allah's decree does. Stay focused on your prayers, your character, and your purpose. Keep moving forward, even when it feels heavy. Because when you place your complete trust in Allah, you are never truly losing. You are simply being guided towards something greater, something better, and something far beyond what people can ever take away from you. Patience is not weakness, and it is not simply about waiting quietly while life happens to you. True patience is strength. It is the ability to hold yourself together when everything inside you wants to break. It is choosing to remain calm when anger is burning within you, and choosing silence when you have every right to respond. There will be times when people push you to your limits. They will test your emotions, your tolerance, and your faith. In those moments, your reaction matters more than their actions. Anyone can react with anger, with harsh words, or with revenge. But not everyone can control themselves for the sake of Allah. Patience is powerful because it protects you from making decisions you will later regret. When you act out of anger, you often lose more than you gain. You damage relationships, hurt your own peace, and sometimes even harm your own reputation. But when you pause, when you step back, and when you choose patience, you protect your dignity. Being patient does not mean you accept zalim or allow people to walk over you. It means you handle situations with wisdom rather than emotion. It means you trust that Allah sees what is happening and that justice will come in the best way and at the best time. There is a special kind of peace that comes with patience. Even when the situation is difficult, your heart remains steady because you know that you are doing what is right. You are not reacting for people. You are responding for Allah. And that changes everything. Patience also builds your inner strength. Every time you control your anger, you become stronger. Every time you choose silence over unnecessary arguments, you gain more control over yourself. Over time, you become someone who is not easily shaken by people's words or actions. And remember, Allah does not ignore your patience. Every moment you hold yourself back, every tear you hide, every time you choose the right path instead of the easy one, it is all being recorded. Nothing is lost. In fact, your patience is elevating you in ways you may not yet see. Sometimes the results of patience are immediate, but often they take time. That delay is not a punishment. It is part of the process. Allah is preparing something greater for you, something that requires you to grow first. And patience is what allows that growth to happen. So when you feel like reacting, pause. When you feel overwhelmed, turn to Allah. When people try to provoke you, remember that your strength lies in your control, not your reaction. Because in the end, patience is not just about enduring hardship. It is about rising above it with dignity, faith, and unwavering trust in Allah. Not every difficulty in your life is meant to break you. Some hardships come disguised as opposition, criticism, or even enemies. But in reality, they are tools that Allah uses to elevate you. What feels like a setback today may actually be the very reason you rise tomorrow. When people stand against you, it forces you to grow in ways comfort never could have. If everyone supported you all the time, you might never push yourself beyond your limits. You might remain in the same place, never realizing your true strength. But when you are challenged, when you are doubted, when you are opposed, something inside you begins to awaken. You start becoming more aware of your actions, your intentions, and your connection with Allah. You begin to turn to Him more sincerely because you realize that human support is limited. People can leave, but Allah never does. This shift in reliance is one of the greatest forms of elevation. Sometimes your enemies expose weaknesses in you that you didn't even notice before. Their criticism, even if harsh or unfair, can push you to improve yourself. It can make you stronger, wiser, and more focused. Instead of letting their negativity destroy you, you can use it as fuel to... And then there are moments when people try to harm your reputation or bring you down publicly. It feels heavy, it feels painful, but even that has a hidden benefit. Because when you are patient and consistent, the truth eventually becomes clear. Your character begins to shine, and people start to see the reality for themselves. In the end, you don't need to defend yourself. Allah defends you in ways you cannot imagine. There is also a deeper wisdom behind having enemies. They teach you humility. They remind you that not everyone will like you, no matter how good you are. And that realization frees you. You stop living to please people and start living to please Allah. That is true success. Look at history, and you will find that those who reached the highest levels were often the most tested. They faced opposition, rejection, and even hatred. But instead of giving up, they remained firm. They stayed patient, they stayed focused, and they trusted Allah through every phase. And in the end, they were elevated far above those who tried to bring them down. So when you face enemies or opposition, don't see it as the end. See it as a process, a training ground, a step towards something greater. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is Allah teaching me through this? Because sometimes the very people who try to block your path are unknowingly pushing you towards your destiny. And when you finally reach that level, you will realize that without those challenges, you would have never become the person you needed to be. One of the greatest tests you will face is not what people do to you, but how you respond to what they do. Your reaction has the power to either elevate you or bring you down. In moments of anger, frustration, or hurt, it becomes very easy to lose control and say or do things that do not reflect who you truly are. But this is exactly where your strength is measured. You cannot always control people's words, their behavior, or their intentions. Some will misunderstand you. Others will judge you unfairly, and others may even try to provoke you intentionally. But what you can control is yourself. You can control your tongue, your actions, and your attitude. And that control is what protects your character. Your character is your identity. It is how people remember you, not in moments of comfort, but in moments of difficulty. Anyone can be kind when everything is going well. But it takes real strength to remain respectful when you are being disrespected, to remain calm when you are being provoked, and to remain honest when others are being unfair. When you react without thinking, you often lower yourself to the level of those who are trying to harm you. You may win an argument, but you lose something much greater, your dignity. And once words are spoken or actions are taken, they cannot be taken back. This is why controlling your reaction is not just important, it is necessary. Taking a moment to pause can change everything. When you feel anger rising, step back. Remind yourself that not every situation needs a reaction. Sometimes silence is more powerful than 1,000 words. Sometimes walking away is not weakness, but wisdom. Protecting your character also means being mindful of your intentions. Are you responding to please your ego? Or are you responding in a way that pleases Allah? This question alone can guide your actions. When your goal is to please Allah, your responses become more thoughtful, more balanced, and more sincere. There will be times when staying silent feels difficult, when holding back feels unfair, and when reacting seems justified. But remember, Allah sees your restraint. He sees your effort to control yourself. And that effort is never wasted. In fact, it becomes a means of raising your status in ways you cannot see. Over time, people begin to notice the difference. They see someone who is not easily shaken, someone who chooses wisdom over emotion, and someone who carries themselves with dignity even under pressure. That is true strength. So do not let others control your behavior. Do not give them the power to change who you are. Stay firm in your values. Stay mindful of your actions. And always remember that your character is a reflection of your faith. The more you protect it, the more Allah will elevate you. Not just in the eyes of NASA, but more importantly, in His sight. There are moments in life when you feel zalam being done against you in ways that seem completely unfair. People may take advantage of your silence, twist your words, damage your reputation, or treat you in a way you would never treat them. It hurts deeply, especially when you know your intentions were chaste and your actions were sincere. In those moments, it may feel like no one understands, like no one truly sees what is happening. But you must never forget one powerful truth. Allah sees everything. Nothing escapes His knowledge. Not a single word that was said about you, not a single tear that fell from your eyes, not a single moment where you were wronged. It is all known. And to Him, even the zalam that was done in secret, the kind that no one else witnessed, is fully seen by Allah. Sometimes, part of the pain comes from feeling like there is no justice. You may wonder why those who hurt you seem to move on happily while you are left dealing with the damage. But justice in this world is limited and temporary. True and complete justice belongs to Allah, and His justice is perfect. When you understand this, your perspective begins to change. Instead of constantly thinking about how to respond to people, you start focusing on your relationship with Allah. You realize that you don't need to prove your innocence to everyone because Allah already knows the truth. And that is enough. This does not mean you remain weak or allow yourself to be continuously harmed. It means you handle situations with awareness, knowing that ultimate justice is in Allah's hands. You take the necessary steps to protect yourself, but you do not let bitterness consume your heart. One of the most powerful things you can do in the face of zalim is to remain patient while continuing to do what is right. It is not easy, but it is rewarding, because every moment of patience, every time you choose not to retaliate in a harmful way, every time you trust Allah instead of reacting impulsively, it is being recorded. And there will come a day when everything will be made clear. The truth will be exposed and justice will be served in a way that is fair and complete. Whether it happens in this life or the next, you can be certain that nothing will be ignored. Also, understand that Allah may delay justice, but He never denies it. That delay has wisdom. Sometimes it is to give people a chance to change. Sometimes it is to test your patience. And sometimes it is to elevate your rank through your endurance. So do not lose hope when you are wronged. Do not think your pain is unautist. Turn to Allah with sincerity. Speak to Him, make dua, and place your trust in Him. Because when you truly believe that Allah sees all dhalam, you gain a strength that no injustice can break and a peace that no enemy can take away. One of the most difficult things to accept in life is timing. You may be doing everything right, making efforts, staying patient, trusting Allah, yet the results you are intimza seem delayed. You look around and see others progressing faster, achieving what you hoped for, and it makes you question your own journey. You begin to wonder, when will my time come? But the reality is, your rise is not based on your timing. It is based on Allah's perfect timing. There is a reason why certain amalwa are delayed in your life. It is not because you are forgotten, and it is not because you are not deserving. Sometimes you are simply not ready yet for what you are asking for. And Allah, in His infinite wisdom, knows exactly when you will be ready. If something comes to you too early, it may harm you instead of benefiting you. It may overwhelm you, distract you, or even lead you away from the right path. So Allah delays it, not to punish you, but to prepare you. During this period of waiting, you are being shaped. Your patience is being strengthened, your character is being refined, and your Iman is being tested. Every moment of waiting has a purpose. Even when you feel like nothing is happening, something is changing within you. You are growing in ways you cannot immediately see. And this growth is necessary for the level that Allah has written for you. When your time finally comes, it will come in a way that is far better than what you imagined. It will not be rushed. It will not be incomplete. And it will not come with regret. It will come with clarity, stability, and barakah. And when it happens, you will look back at your journey and understand why things had to unfold the way they did. It is also important to remember that your journey is unique. Comparing yourself to others will only steal your peace. What someone else achieves today may not be meant for you right now. Allah's plan for each person is different, and your path is designed specifically for you. So instead of focusing on how long it is taking, focus on how well you are using this time. Are you improving yourself? Are you strengthening your connection with Allah? Are you becoming the person who is ready for that next level? Because when the moment arrives, there will be no delay. What is written for you will reach you, no matter how impossible it may seem. No one can block it, no one can take it, and no one can delay it beyond what Allah has already decreed. So stay patient, stay consistent, and keep moving forward. Your rise is not late. It is being perfectly timed. And when it comes, it will be worth every second you had to wait.